In today's video, we're going to be checking out the Eufy SmartTrack Link. So I'm going to preface this video by saying, I know I've done videos in the past in partnership with Eufy, and they've sent me stuff to review, and I've done review videos for them before, but also I got started by just buying the Eufy stuff myself and making review videos, and this is another one of those because I got this myself. So this is in no way influenced by Eufy themselves. I have worked with quite a few different smart tracking things. We have like my TV remote that my dog is always stealing. It's even got the bite marks to prove it. So today I saw this one from Eufy and I was like, oh man, that's kind of cool. While my Samsung Smart Tag only works with other Samsung devices automatically, which is a pretty fair amount of the market. The Eufy SmartTrack Link, the names are not super useful, but the Eufy little track link is compatible with Apple Find My network. That means you can use an iPhone to help find your link. This also is compatible with Android, so this is going to be the big first crossover of Apple and Android smart tracking, right? So here's our first look at it. We have a bit of a textured surface there. Got the Eufy logo. We got a QR code on the back here, as well as it looks like a speaker grill. There's some like copper something behind, and then we do have that little loop in the center to be able to run a keychain loop through. And then we do have our little plastic tag to turn it on. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a quick look at what else is in the box here. We have digital transmission, I don't know, paperwork, pretty standard stuff. And we also have a quick start guide. Let's take a quick glance in here, see what the quick start setup is like. Oh, nice, it's not a book, it's a flip chart. There's lots of languages. Looking over these instructions, it sounds pretty straightforward. We're just gonna go ahead and pull the tag and open up our Eufy app. When you click the Add My Devices, we'll scroll all the way to the bottom and you can see that there is a smart tracker there. And they do have a card version or this little smart tracker, so we're gonna go with that one here. I'm gonna tell it where it's going. Press and hold for 3 seconds until I hear a beep. Oh, there's the sound. Much more bearable than their security cameras sometimes. Pairing. Alright, adding successfully. Now we can tell it what it is. I'm going to call it Eufy Tracker. Hit save. And it looks like there's a firmware update available. Let's go ahead and update the firmware. Alright, firmware is up to date. So let's go ahead and start reviewing the features on the app. The first thing I should definitely cover is how you find it. Is you just click Find. It's a pretty decent sound. We can mute it. Turn it on, hit found it, and we're good to go. So if we go ahead and click the left behind alarm, this is to get notified if the item gets out of range. So this will be useful if you forget your keys, you forget your wallet, you forget your purse. Maybe not for your phone. If you forget your phone, it'll notify you on your phone. But, you know, in situations where you're always forgetting something that you need to have on you, this is be useful to have. You can just turn that on or off. Or do not disturb location, so if it's okay to leave this behind, say here at home, you can say, hey, do not disturb at this location. So if I forget my, you know, purse, keys, phone, wallet at home, it won't notify me, but if I'm anywhere other than there, it'll then notify me. That's kind of cool that they have that built in. False press prevention, so if you have this in your pocket, in a bag, it'll prevent it from going off and making noise if you press the button. By the way, this Eufy logo here is a button, so if you press and hold it, it'll make a noise. So we can enable the false press prevention to prevent it from going off if it's just sitting in your pocket. Next we have Find Phone On, and so if we double click this smart track, your phone will ring. So if I double click, bingo. All right, I'll give it to him. That's not a bad one. Even if your phone is on silent, it'll help you find your phone. That's not bad. Lost mode, so if you do lose whatever item this is tied to, you can turn on lost mode, and then on the back here, there's a QR code that people can then scan, and then it'll be able to give them information to be able to contact you, be like, hey, I found your keys, I found your purse, I found your child. You know, wherever you're keeping this thing, this will help them get a hold of you. Next, we have the name of the device. We can share the device with other people. So if we want, like, I don't know, grandma, mom, dad, anyone else that's not like in your immediate household already, to be able to have access to track this device, say, you know what, I want grandma to be able to watch the grandkids when they're supposed to be at school, and then maybe I'm at work and I can't always be there, or whatever reason you have that like somebody else has a Eufy app of their own, but it's separate, you can share the location of this device so that they can also track that. So let's go ahead and do a quick tutorial on the Apple side. Hey guys, at the time of filming this, I am so close to 3,000 subscribers. And to say thank you, I'm gonna be hosting a giveaway. This will be run until the end of the year, December 31st, and you can get extra entries every single day that you enter. I'm gonna be giving away 5 products that I've reviewed on this channel. This will be limited to the US just because I will be shipping it out myself, and names will be drawn in the new year. The gleam.io link will be down in the description of this video, and thank you so much for subscribing. Back to the video. So while I'm not an Apple user, I do have access to an iPhone. So we're gonna go ahead and add this one to the Find My network. All right, so we are going to add this device by hitting the little plus sign, other item, and it's found Eufy. Oh, you can see it right here for the thing. We're gonna say yes, connect. We're gonna call it tracker. We can choose an emoji for it. Continue. Link to your Apple ID. There we go. Now it'll help me find this guy. If I ever lose it, I can use my iPhone, or it'll report to any iPhone on the Apple network. One thing to keep in mind though, after doing a little bit of research on this guy before I even dug into it, is while the Apple Find My network is fantastic because they're pretty much half of the smartphone world is Apple. So that means this is gonna ping off of every Apple device out there. Whereas Android users like me, if I have an Android phone and an Apple device pings off of it, I will never know. That's right, it won't update in my app here in the Eufy app. It only updates in the Apple Find My app. And so if I want to track it, I have to go to my iPhone if I lose this. However, this will just tell me where I last lost it. If you're gonna get this for the Apple Find My network, like, you already have that connect. You probably already have an iPhone. Most people have iPhones, and I'm not gonna fault you for that. If you're an Android user, you could always just go for the Samsung option. I've been using the Samsung Galaxy tag for quite a while tied to this here remote, and it's been fantastic. Anytime that dog steals the remote or we lose it in the cushions, we can always find it because it's right there. There's a little tag, helps us find it every time. And then, of course, if you would prefer to stick with the Apple option, there's always the Apple AirTag. You can do whatever you want, but this here is a cool option that makes that crossover if you want to have Apple and Android. This does use a CR2032 battery in there, so that just goes under this back cover with a simple tab design. And that is the Eufy SmartTrack Link. If you're using Android, this will update off of its last seen location in the app. Or if you're within reach or range, it will update there. But if somebody moves it outside of your range to be able to connect to it and ping a location, you may not be able to find this one. However, if you're using Apple, the Find My network will continually update to any other Apple device. So if you have a blended home or you're using Apple, this is a great option, especially considering right now, these are a lot more affordable than a Apple AirTag. I really hope that Eufy does update these ones. I know that they have done firmware updates and things like that to enable enhanced capabilities for all other devices that have already been delivered. So my locks have had updates to add capabilities that they didn't have before. My security cameras have added capabilities that they didn't have before. And I think if we can somehow get the capability to connect the Find My network reporting of like at least this one to each individual device back to the Eufy app so I can see it, hey, the Find My device is reported to my device, or reported, hey, my device just showed up over there, that would be immensely helpful, and it would borderline be revolutionary, honestly, because from what I understand, Apple is pretty strict with their Find My network and what they share or who they share with. I can still hope for an update like that in the future. That would be really cool for these Eufy tracker links. That would make this almost an undeniable product that I think everyone would be clamoring over. And just a quick list of use cases. If you haven't thought of one already for yourself, you can connect it to your keys. You can put it on your camera, you know, so you don't lose your cameras. You can put it in a kid's backpack or a jacket. You can put it in your purse if you have one of those. Leave it in your car so you know where you're parked. You can put it on your pet's collar, so if they run away, you can find them. Put it in your wallet so you don't lose that one. Connect it to your remote like I have. You can put it in your trailer, some equipment, an ATV, your motorcycle, anything that you are worried might get stolen, or you can put it in anything that you regularly forget. At the right time of year, you can attach this to some decorative furniture to figure out, hey, who's stealing my reindeer? Or my favorite chair on the front porch disappeared. This will help you find those things. If I was to pick out one thing that I don't like about it, I already mentioned the Apple Find My network not communicating with the Android side or the app side of it. But honestly, the other thing I'd be concerned about is this back cover that covers the battery. It comes off surprisingly easy. There's a little bit of a tab or a lip here at the bottom. You can see there's an arrow kind of pointing at a little bit of a lip there at the bottom that you can get your fingernail under and pop it right open. So if you give this to something like a kid and they happen to play with that, that could be dangerous. However, these smart tags, I think all of them have a little bit of that flaw. If you have a keychain run through it, it's not as likely to come apart, but it still can come apart. Overall, I'm really happy to have it. I can't wait to attach it to the next device that will need this one. I'm thinking a Bluetooth speaker that seems to have gone missing. One day when I find it or I happen to get a new one, this is definitely going to get attached to that. If you want to get this or any of the other smart tracking tag devices that I've mentioned today, I'll have links down in the description below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so using those links do help to support this channel with no additional cost to you. So go ahead and click those links, do your Amazon shopping from there. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. Make sure you check out the giveaway link down in the description of this video. And make sure that you subscribe so we can get to that 5,000 subscribers next. And if you have any questions about this or anything else you've seen in this video, leave those in the comment section below. I try to be as responsive as possible in my comment section, so feel free to leave those comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.